Hey, let's get into another game. The new Fire Badger did get a buff, so this is looking pretty good. They're all halfway decent here. Do we just get this one? Problem is, we're already be going arclights by the time the Fire Badgers come out, so it's a bit redundant. The good thing is the Fire Badger can ignite the oil, so we could use it and sell it after. Go 4 squares in this time. 4 squares from the back. Fortunately, the marksman has been selected. Assault mode is potentially good to see. I feel like assault mode is not necessarily that good against rays, but I have lost to assault mode um, before, so not sure about that. Maybe going 4 squares is not as good as 3 because of the crawlers here. Marksman gets a level, which is not good. Rhino Assault might be good, actually. I think we potentially look at selling the steel balls here. They will tank, but if we get this, we'll be at 450, so enough for the 2 rays. Going into this, marksman is definitely not ideal, but it is what it is. We might just do this here, so we can potentially clear out the crawlers. Maybe this is okay. This is good since the ray will go right into the tarantula here, and the rhino is going to be going after the tower real quick. This is kind of annoying, but we will end up selling the balls next round. Overall, he did invest in more tarantulas, so that's quite good for us. We don't want him to invest in more marksmen, obviously. Incendiary bomb. We're gonna get that. We'll probably use the oil again on the next round. So we'll get some fire. We'll get a couple rounds of fire in here. So the chaff clear isn't going to be a huge issue. Probably going to shield what like that. So I'm not sure if we put the fire here. So it is kind of a awkward positioning. Do it like this? So still get some fire on the bottom in case it shields. almost want to save the fire spell. It is 3 packs here, but kind of want to get more. Not sure if it's correct to save the fire though. Get the cloak, because we are up against a lot of these medium units. Question is, do we save the fire? I don't think so. No shield, but we do have Aspen. I think Aspen is good for us. It does increase their HP by a lot, and it gives them some splash here, but still only getting 1 ray at a time here, so it's doing alright. Fortunately, we're going to lose this tower at a pretty bad time. The fire wasn't that great for us. It only got 1 of the marksmen. And they're still... So we're having a lot of trouble with chaff here. These marksmen are starting to get levels, so it's not that good for us. Wasps. What is the splash 9? Could we go wasps here? Sell value here is 500. We get 550. We could experiment, or we could experiment with the wasp, and we could sell them if they're not needed. If the splash does too much to from the Aspen. I think we need to put some levels on the towers here. Let's get our oil down. I think something like this is good. And let's get arclights to help with the chaff clear. See wasps from the enemy, so pretty good pick for us to go wasps. We can go AA on the wasps now if the opponent continues to invest in the wasps. The opponent can also go AA himself, and that would be actually a very good counter to the Phantom Ray spam. The extra tower level is starting to come in pretty handy here. The Aspen are taking forever to die in the fire, so the fire is way less effective now. We see improved melting point. Not sure if that's scary. I think it's not scary at all. Melting point's not the best counter. We could go laser sights and do napalm, kind of like it's like a cheap way to get range enhancement. I think that might be worth doing here for the cost. Seeing the wasps makes me want to go anti-air on our own wasps, but he could sell out, but I think there's too much of a risk that he's going to continue. I feel like we just need more rays now. We will need to get Fire Badger. We will need to get the napalm for the Fire Badger. In fact, we could have probably skipped the laser sights, sold the Fire Badger, and gotten range on the arclights. Probably would have been a better play. Enemy Wasps get range, but the AA will be better than the range, I believe, in the Wasp mirror. So if we look at this Fire Badger, it's putting fire here. It would have kind of cleared all this a bit faster. We would have lost our own crawlers though. So I'm not sure if napalm is super key right this moment. Another thing we could do is we could sell the Fire Badger and go range item on our best performing Wasp pack. Unfortunately, the Asmins are starting to do pretty good here. And the Wasps are not doing great. So we're starting to fall behind pretty badly here. The Wasps are doing a lot of damage. And if they click anti-air next, then these Wasps are going to be absolutely devastating. So I think we could go Fortress, even though I wanted to go with the Vulcan. I think the fourth floor Fortress with the anti-air barrage is going to be a way better pick here. So I don't think we drop this here. It's going to die too quickly. Probably just drop it here. Probably one here. And the rest here. We could sell and get another one, but I think we want to keep this Fire Badger around. So let's see how this does. Perhaps swapping these positions would have been even better. We do see the opponent doing the same thing here. Not the best valid volley for us here. Yeah, the level 2 fortress should have been here because it would have tanked a bit more. But it does look like we're winning this with this side here, so we might still be able to clean up. We can consider getting shield pretty soon, just to tank the Fortress AA better on the raise. Electromagnetic Blast is really good for him. It could be good for us too. I think we just take it. He's most likely going to put down the shield here, but I think it's still good. Do we get a shield, or are we anticipating the electromagnetic blast here? Probably get shield. And we could sell this, the item on the high level fort, and get more forts. These wasps are starting to not do anything, so we won't upgrade them. And I think that's it for this round. We do see the electromagnetic blast. And we don't see any barriers, but we do see the wasps getting sold. The reason that we went barrier, of course, was because we were going to go into mass forts. So the barriers have pretty good value, and we were going to have to buy shields anyways. So I thought, well, it's just better value to get more forts and get the barrier tech for the long game. Still have quite a lot of these marksmen, but this high-level fort is taking care of business. Now we're going to see the improved melting point pretty soon, I think. Orbital jab, I think, is an instant pick. Probably want to get rid of some of this stuff here. He could easily beacon out though, so maybe we go like this instead. Yeah. Let's do the oil again. Don't really have the fire right now. I don't think we necessarily need to light the fire. I think it's time to get the shield, but if we are going into melting point, then it is a bad idea. I think we definitely upgrade this guy. He was extremely valuable. 2 more deployments left. Could get more chaff. Maybe some fangs. More arclights, potentially. Because our problem is pretty much just chaff. Maybe let's just go for the arclights. So one in the middle, one here. We should be selling the wasps now, since they are not very effective. Okay, the melting point does come out. But that's not too scary actually for us, because the rays are quite good into the melting points. And the wasps are actually still doing something here. They're tanking for the phantom rays. We will need to get burst now on the phantom rays because there's just too much HP. Big round for us, and with the giant units, that's really whittling down the HP of the opponent. I really like the Vulcan here. It kind of just solves all the problems. I think we just pick it since it's given to us. We'll go at least incendiary, I think. Let's get the bursts here. We could keep these wasps around. They were still acting. We're still giving some good value as chaff. So we could ignite this, but I want to also lay down a fire here as well. So let's go incendiary. Borrow. I think we get range here since it's almost the end of the game. Probably get speed as well. Might be a good idea to put this here, so I think we could consider the sticky oil bomb just to maximize the fire here. We have enough oil here, but we could also go 2 more rays. We just go 2 more rays here. We just do this so these crawlers don't get into the range of the Vulcan. Do we sell something? Could sell this 1 crawler pack here, since it's gonna go straight into the fire. Get speed. The fire here is money. Now we get the multi-melter as expected. I think that's okay. We've got our burst. We just gonna be one-shotting the melters as soon as we get on top of them. It's just the chaff that we're worried about. We don't want to be stuck on chaff. Looks like we're gonna be able to clean this up here. But it's not enough to win the round. I mean the game. Ion Blast is going to be super good for us. If we do something like that. So many juicy targets. This is getting kind of concerning. The production here is really effective. This is gonna walk here, so let's do this. At the same time, the Ion Blast for us is against us is gonna be pretty devastating. Do we do Fang production? I feel like with this many, I think first we get Sticky Oil Bomb here. We have enough to do Fang production. Might be a pretty good idea actually. Let's go for it. We'll borrow and let's get these. Probably sell out of one of the arclights or the other chaff here, but kind of ran out of time. Kind of a whiff on my opponent's beam. Here, our beam isn't super effective too. Will it even get 1 melter? No. So Fang production, not sure if it's the best idea. It's kind of not. The problem is the rays are not, the Fang production is not helping the rays, plus the fire is killing our own rays here. So this is looking pretty bad for us now. We're almost lost the game just from that move. Redeployment could be good, but I don't have anything to redeploy. Kind of want to put a Vulcan here and maybe walk him back, so maybe we do that. Maybe we redeploy this guy here and put a beacon. We do have the fire already, so maybe we do something like this instead. I don't know. So we kind of don't have enough rays, and there's just too much chaff here. So I feel like we just need more Vulcans. Do Vulcans. I mean, bad spot for a Vulcan, but hey, we're just gonna cover the ground with Vulcans. But I need space here for this Vulcan. Let's sell this one. I think we get attack, and maybe maybe we go for the beacon here on this Vulcan. Fire is going to be super important here. That's the reason I think we lost the previous match, was just too much chaff. But man, these melting points are crazy. He doesn't even have suck yet, but I think once he clicks suck, it might be nothing we can do. We're still getting stuck on chaff here. Wow, that was so close. Are we going to be able to win this? Yep. Wow. That was super close. That game could have gone any way, and yeah, it was a pretty big mistake to click the Fang production here. I think we need to change the rocket punch with range, even though it's not going to do anything for us here. The Phantom Rays did most of the work. Forts were pretty much useless now that there's only 2 packs of Wasps. Then I'll act as chaff, plus with all the fire down, the Fang production is not really distracting the melting points. The melting points are just locking on directly to the Phantom Rays, but the Phantom Rays are just, if they're getting locked on to the chaff or the medium units, then the melting points will just take them out pretty quickly. So, kind of scary. The melting point attack is plus 50%, so yeah, it takes care of the rays, I think, quite a bit faster. So yeah, a very close game there, but it still goes to show that melting points do not beat Phantom Rays. Hope you enjoyed that one, and we'll see you in the next one.